Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsy69. Welcome back to the channel. Now, a few days ago, or a week or so ago, you see me post a nice, easy 1 versus 5 in the SP1C, all thanks to Supremacy. It was kind of memes, you know. I didn't deserve the victory, but I did. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to have a watch at a couple more 1 versus 5s, but these ones are really clutch. So first up we have Bay, my good friend Bay, in the Scorpion G. Yes, the Scorpion G, the fantastic tank. I absolutely love this tank. It was my favorite tank in the, well, my favorite premium tank for a very long time, and he's on Black Goldville, in fact the same map as I was in my 1 versus 5, except he is on Encounter. So he's going to have to do all the work himself rather than rely on the Supremacy points. So he's gone left. If you look at the minimap, most of his team have gone right, but also most of the enemy team have gone right as well. So as you can see, hopefully we're going to be able to get some side shots into these guys and just easily farm up a little bit of damage. That's if he doesn't hit the building in instead of the T32. But if the T32 stays there, then he'll be able to farm some damage at least and just whittle these guys HP down. So there's the 1-2-1. So at the minute, no one is contesting this left side of the map. There goes the Type 59, and he's just getting some easy shots in. But however, that is already 2 tanks down for his team. Yes, he does have the SU-101 here for a little bit of protection as well. If he can get this HE shot into this SU-130, you can see he wants it. He really wants it. Is he going to go for the blind shot because he knows he's around that area? He does, but does he hit? We will find out shortly. So yeah, at the minute he hasn't really had to move. The heavies are on his side and they are still pretty much full hit points. However, the T54 mod 1 could become a problem. So of course he's gonna focus this guy. He knows he's now the most dangerous target, and he's just going to hide. Don't forget the Scorpion G, how good the tank is. It's got no armor. Obviously, it doesn't have well, it doesn't have the armor at all, and people can HE you. It doesn't have the spool liner. That's what I was thinking of. So people will be able to HE you, and they'll be able to do quite a bit of damage. So it, as we've seen just there with the mod 1 taking a nasty shot. So there is the issue. I'm not quite sure if that was Bay that hit him, but his hit points are definitely lower than they was. Let's have a look. 2.3k damage on the side. How much is the banner say? Let's have a look. 2.3. So no, he didn't hit that blind shot, unfortunately, on that SU. So now he has taken out probably the most dangerous target at the moment, but his team are now just falling apart. He's on 2.8k damage. He's lost half of his hit points, and there is still 6 tanks to go. Yes, still 6 tanks. However, most of them are a one-shot to him. If he can high roll, except for obviously the IS-2 there, he's going to unfortunately miss that shot there. So now a 3 versus 6. He's 2 heavy tanks are almost there. They're going to die very shortly, and there goes the Yo. So he does take care of that issue, which could be a dangerous target. I mean, he's got a nice gun, but unfortunately the Emil he's just got too many tanks all around him. Now, as I've said, there's 3 tanks all around there. If he can high roll the Yo, there's pretty much 3 tanks all around there. That is a one shot, and that was a very nice shot into that WZ-111. So he's on 3 kills now, 3,100 damage, and there is still quite a bit of damage left, and it is now a 1 versus 4. So it's not quite a 1 versus 5, but still a 1 versus 4 when you're only half your hit points in something like a Scorpion G is still a lot of work to do, even though 2 or 3 of them are a one shot. So he's going full guns. He's going, I thought he was going to rush in then, probably not the best of ideas to rush in, and now he knows that there is a tank capping. So he's just going to come around and he's going to wait for the team to come to him. So he's just relocating, going pretty much back to where he was. And if you look at the cap points, that is going up a little bit quicker. So now we know that out of the 4 tanks, 2 of them are sitting in the cap. Now there's still 2.5 minutes left on the clock, but with 2 tanks in the cap, it's going to go up double as quick. So he don't have the time just to wait for the enemy to come to him. If he wants to win this game, he's going to have to be the one to make the move. Now unfortunately, he does somehow get spotted, and at the moment you're like, how have you been spotted? Who have you been spotted by? And that could be very dangerous, considering there is the SU-152 on the enemy team that can one-shot him. It's not a good thing to be spotted and not know where anyone is. But again, that was a very nice shot on the T-32 there for his 4th kill and 3.4k damage. Now 80 cap points, and as you can see, it's going up very, very quickly. Now that's didn't come at the right time. That Yo didn't come at the right time. Luckily, he does get a nice roll, but now it's 95 cap points. He's going to go for the SU. He's going to risk it. He had to risk it, and the risk pays off. And all of a sudden, 6 kills, 4.2k damage. He now finds himself on his own against this IS-2. Not sure what the IS-2 is doing, if I'm honest. He's literally just staying in cap. He's not getting any protection whatsoever. When you're on a full hit points, you need to be rushing the something like a Scorpion G. If he just switches to HE, if he uses HE, then this Scorpion G is a one-shot. But now he's lost most of his hit points. Now he's going to use the opportunity to push. But Bay is not going to push with him. He's just going to back up a little bit. Now the IS-2 don't know that he's here, so he's going to come out, and luckily he's not looking. He gets the shot, and the IS-2 just donks his shot, and now Bay can push forward. He should have him on the reload, and just as he gets around the corner, he gets the kill, and 5,700 damage, and he gets 7 kills. Well played there. Nice clutch indeed. Very, very close. He could have easily lost that if the IS-2 just had a few more brain cells, and a nice carry. I mean, the MIL-2 did a pretty decent job, but yeah, everyone else not so good. But well played, Bay, and thank you for sending me that replay in. Next up, we're going to have a proper clutch game, and we're watching Gyro Clement. We're just going to call him Clement because it's easier, and he is in my favorite tank in the game, and that is the Leopard 1. Now the Leopard 1, even though it's my favorite tank, it can carry. It's got no armor. It's got speed, and it's got accuracy, and it's got DPM. It's got gun depression. So basically the only thing it hasn't got is armor. Everything else it has, and it's absolutely amazing. But it is still quite a difficult tank to carry in, especially if you've got a load of big guns like we have on the enemy team. There's a 60 TP, an Object 268, 2 VK72s, and of course the T92E1. You've got the Kranwagen there, and the AMX prototype. So not the easiest tanks to come up against, especially when you're in the Leopard 1. Yes, it does have the DPM, but it doesn't have the armor to go with it. So pretty much anyone, even tier 9, will be able to penetrate you nice and easy. So as you can see, him and the E50M have decided to come this way, which is correct. They haven't, however, decided to cap base A. So I'm thinking maybe the E50M will cap, but his team have managed to cap base C, so that will help immensely later on in the game, just by pretty much slowing the enemy's cap points. I mean, their points are not going up at the moment because they just haven't got the supremacy bases, but that will change. That will change. So the AMX M4, he's now a one-shot. The VK, they are all pushing. You can just see the push there. Absolutely fantastic push from the enemy team, I do admit. That is a great push. Probably the green team didn't expect the push like that, so I do applaud the enemy team for that push, because that was just an amazing push at a perfect time, and there's not really too much that the greens can do when you pretty much got 7 tanks pushing you. So no one is contesting this side of the map. Our guy Clement hasn't decided to cap base A. He could have got the base A, which may have just helped him and his team a bit later on in the game. So that is 2 tanks down now. At the moment, it's good for him because he's not got anyone that is attacking him, and he's just literally full hit points, and he's getting these side shots in. He hasn't done too much damage at the moment. He's just over 2k, but the enemy now have the base C, and there is 3 tanks down on his team. So it's a 6 versus 4 at the moment. He needs to clear the most dangerous targets, and there goes the E50M, who decided to rush in instead of do what the Leopard 1 is doing and just farm from distance. He should have just stayed around this side of the map. You can see the T30 is a one-shot. He gets a nice shot there in the AMX, and this is nice when you get games like this where you can absolutely farm just from distance. But before you know it, it's a 2 versus 6, and our poor Yo there, he's just being rushed. He's going to be rushed by literally 6 tanks. So his hit points, his full hit points, are not going to be there for much longer, as you can see. But that is perfect for Clement here because he's still able to get these side shots into these guys. So it is now, in fact, a 1 versus 6. He does clear the VK, so that is 1 big gun out of the way. The AMX 30 1ER is up there. He's a one-shot, and now it's just basically picking your targets. But he is losing on supremacy points, and because they have cap C, their points is going to go up. Now the T92, you can't do it. Well, Clement says, hold my beer. You want to say I can't do it? Well, just wait and see. Don't talk too soon. Whether it's a 1 versus 6 or a 1 versus 2, 1 versus 1, never speak too soon, especially when you're up against a good player in a fantastic tank that is still full hit points. Never say shit like that because it's just going to make you look stupid later on in the game. So he does clear the AMX 31ER, which is basically the spotting tank, the quick tank, the DPM tank, and that is out of the game. However, he still has 4 tanks to deal with that all have fantastic guns, fantastic alpha, apart from the Kran, but you know, it's still an auto reloader. It can still do 1200 damage in its magazine, so it's still very much one of the most dangerous tanks on the enemy team. But he's going to push this guy. He gets a nice track. He's not using his adrenaline yet. He uses it at the perfect time. And what's funny about this is these tanks literally all come at him one by one. Now they need to push together. In fact, they don't even need to push. They have 2 cap points, 2 cap bases, and they are on 830 supremacy points. Now that was a vital bounce there from the 60 TP, and now he uses his adrenaline because he knows he will be able to reload 2 shells before the 60 TP can reload. And before you know it, that's 4 kills, 5.4k damage, and it is now a 1 versus 2. He's going to take the damage now. He's going to take that shot because it's worth it. It's worth to trade that shot, and this is what people don't do often, and this is why I always say save your hit points because you might need them later on. And now because of that, he was able to trade 2 shots, and doing that, he's now able to bring it down to a 1 versus 1, just him and the object, 268 left. Even though there is 960 supremacy points, 970, it's just going to take 1 more shot and he gets the win. 7,300 damage, and I like that at the end. Maybe you can, says the T92, and a GG as well. 7,300 damage, or 1 versus 6, 6 kills, Kolobanov. A fantastic game and a very nice carry. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm meadsy69, and I will catch you all soon. Bye bye. With